Hello guys, welcome back to another video, the Brickhouse today. I want to do a separate video on the Ares and Juggernaut, looking at which is better out of those two, but as I say, that will be another video. So the Brickhouse is the third tank in the game. He's really expensive. He's supposed to be the best one. He's definitely not the best one. I would say both Ares and Juggernaut, when levelled to the same as a Brickhouse, are actually superior. The developers might need to do a slight bit of patching just to sort of even it out a bit. So let's take a look at why. The Brickhouse doesn't actually have any kind of ability. Even though his base HP is higher than any other mech, he's counteracted by the fact he doesn't have an ability. His speed is the lowest of all of the mechs, and that can make it kind of hard to aim with him as well. I normally run this guy with a railgun and machine gun or mini laser. So mine's at 5-star level 2, 83,400 HP at the minute. Let's just take a quick look at Juggernaut. 83.4. Okay guys, my Juggernaut is 5-star level 4, so he's 2 levels higher. Okay, so his HP isn't quite as high. It's 78,900. Now if I take that down 2 levels, I think he had about 75k. He has a shield that has its own durability, so you can add that on top. If I say 75k for argument's sake, the shield durability went up 400, so let's just say the shield was 15,500. That's still higher than the Brickhouse's base HP, so 15.5 plus 75, that's 90,000. And that's at the same level. So there is a couple of metrics I'm not quite sure on. If there is a hidden defensive stat, makes certain weapons deal less damage, that would explain why the Brickhouse is not quite as good if he's got more defense. Seeing as it doesn't show this metric, I'm just going to go ahead and say, like I said, Juggernaut and Ares are far superior to the Brickhouse. They're also faster as well. Power 470. Yeah, so even the power, which I don't take too much notice of the power scale, guys. Certain weapons, there's a way to work it out. You can look at the damage, the range, and just work it out that way. Ignore the power stat. Same with your overall rating. It's kind of meaningless because certain builds and setups will work better with a lower rating. So yeah. Anyway, with the Juggernaut, I'm quite happy just to pop his shield. He gets the extra health. It's only 10 seconds. He can just reuse it again once that shield's gone. Far, far better than the Brickhouse. So with the Brickhouse, I feel that they should actually give him 2 more energy. That way he could equip one of the other lower tier weapons in the 4 energy range. That would help balance him out just a little bit more, I feel. So let's equip the Brickhouse. Test him out now with the machine gun and railgun build that I use. But don't get me wrong, guys, he's still a really good mech. At one point I was running 3 tanks. With the amount of damage you can whack on an attack build, yeah, you don't want to be running 3 tanks. That's just stupid. I'm going to go into a battle now, guys. Let's do a quick match. So yeah, I've got so much to talk about in terms of builds and scaling and looking at the range, counters to other mechs as well. Definitely make sure you subscribe because I will be talking about that in detail. So let's start with the Brickhouse. Like I said, normally guys, I run this guy as a late game tank. I don't normally start with him unless it's a long range map, which is one of his advantages because he's so tanky. You don't need to worry about popping the ability, you can focus on firing. That's one thing I'll say that is a positive about him. I've got the railgun on the other side. I normally have it on the right side and it feels better that way. There we go, the machine gun did its job. Yeah, I'm just missing all these shots because I'm not used to the railgun being on the other side. Okay, I've got the railgun equipped on the other side now, guys. Oh man, I can't believe how much of a difference that made. Just threw my setup out completely. Okay guys, so yeah, this is a good map to start with the Brickhouse on. it really doesn't matter what combination you stick a railgun on, the weapon is just devastating in general. Finding that these bots are very tanky though, considering I've got my railgun leveled up quite high. Just gonna pop him. There we go. Yeah, it seems to have a crit on it. So what I want to do, guys, is test the damage taking capability of Brickhouse in regards to the Juggernaut, and the shield on the Juggernaut is weaker than base armor, so there is that to factor in as well. My shots aren't hitting today. Yeah, do you know what, guys? I'm just gonna come out and say this now. I'm getting rid of the Brickhouse. I'm really not thinking it's worth using over the Juggernaut or Ares. That is my final decision on this. Normally I play a little bit better, but I'm a bit distracted today, so. Yeah. Definitely prefer my Juggernaut. Maybe it'll be worth testing my Brickhouse with the same weapon layout as my Juggernaut. That might be worth me doing. So let's take a look then. Right, bearing in mind the Juggernaut is 2 levels higher, but I saw how quickly my Brickhouse's armour was stripped then. Yeah, I mean, I think the Brickhouse would have been dead by now, if I'm honest, guys. I really do. Now the shield's back up. That's another 16,000 health on top, and that allows me to focus on the game while playing. It's disappointing to say this because I spent 100 British pounds on the Brickhouse, and he's really not worth it. Look, there we go. Shield's back again, and I'm safe again. I think that's all you need to say on it, really. Juggernaut and Ares far superior to a Brickhouse. I need to do another video on which one is actually better out of those two. Yeah, I'm actually going to test out the Brickhouse with the same loadout that I just used then, just to, you know, make a final say on it, and I'll try and focus a little bit better. Go on. My combo on the Panther. Currently using the RPG-4, trying to upgrade the Panther so that I can get a long arm on there or a rocket, something like that. So let's change the Juggernaut into the Brickhouse. As you can see on the little stat dials here, the HP goes up, speed goes down. It doesn't go up by a lot, and the speed goes down by a little bit, but I've noticed on this game even 0.5 kph speed is a big difference. You notice it's like night and day between using an Ares and a Juggernaut. He seems just so much faster, and you know, with the ability of them to move a bit faster actually increases my enjoyment in the game. So yeah, speed is a big factor. So let's just equip that and try it out. Yeah, this will be a good map to showcase. I normally start off with the Brickhouse on this anyway. I'm now using the Brickhouse on this map. Didn't mean to press that. Yes, from a distance it doesn't really make a big difference. I'm just not focusing on popping the shield. Oh, it should have been a kill. Nice 10k crit on that though. Yeah, it'd be good if I'd have tested the Juggernaut on the same map, but I think that'd be a bit hard to set up. plus the opponents will be different every time, so kind of hard to field test certain things on here. Did I just hit 13k with that? That's pretty good damage. Yeah, Brickhouse is definitely a tank. There ain't no doubt about it. He's just not quite as good as a Juggernaut or an Ares. That shield, it makes a huge difference in the overall gameplay. I don't think the developers need to give him a shield or anything like that. They might just, you know, give him 5k HP boost, give him the 5k HP, and give him 2 energy. That would actually sort him out. He would start being worthwhile and being viable then. I still think that, you know, the attack mechs are a lot more fun to play. So just running 1 tank, 2 at the maximum, is sufficient for your gameplay. I'm going to take that Brickhouse and I'm going to put him in the bin. Not worth it. Still a decent mech. I would give him like a B plus or a B minus in terms of, you know, overall usability. You could just replace your tanks with him if you really must, but I prefer to use the Juggernaut, and that's what I'll be sticking with. With the Ares and Juggernaut, that's going to be a different video, guys, because the Juggernaut and Ares are so similar. They've both got unique pros and cons about them, so I'll do a different video on that. And like I said before, the only reason that I prefer the Juggernaut is just because I want this skin for him. So yeah, I love that skin. That is sick. Alright guys, hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.